Hey everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So today I'm going to show you how to make a shutter card using the template that comes in the latest issue of Creative Stamping magazine and the wonderful new stamp set here as well. So I've got the samples that I made for the magazine here, and I just thought it'd be nice for you to see them. So have a quacking day. This one here is, I think this one was 4 by, I can't remember the sizes now, the ones that I've done. What we've got here, oh, 5 by 6. So I just tried to do a real mix of sizes. There's something for everyone. When you open this one here, Heard It's Your Birthday. Love that one. These display so nicely as well, but you can see all the detail there. I know the images and everything's in the magazine, but I think it's quite nice to see them in a video as well. You've got this smaller one here, which is 5 by 5. It's Your Birthday, Eat the Cake. We've got this dinky one here, which is 5 by 4, I think. Nice little gift card kind of size, this one. Hello, Beautiful. And then the two of my favourites is the slimline, which is the double. You can see the animals appear there. Have a Wild Birthday. And then the 5 by 7 with the rosette belly band there. All you need is love and donuts. And this is the one that I'm going to recreate today, but I'm going to do a different colour, and I'm going to be colouring in the donut images rather than heat embossing them. So this is the donut stamp that I'm using here, but I love the farmyard animals, so these are new, Tomato Surprise, but a lot of these are ones that we've done before. So whether you're just discovering this brand or maybe you missed out when they first came around, you've got the opportunity now to pick up some of those other images. So I've already gone ahead and stamped and coloured all of my donuts, and I've done them in different colours. And what I did, stamped them in black, and then I've coloured them with coloured pencils, and then I've gone over the sprinkles with Nuvo drops on the top there, and then I've used my accent glaze on the bottom part there. So if you do like to colour and you just like to add lots of detail, I think they look really nice. And I'll just give you the colours that I used in the Nuvo drops here. So I used these are all the vintage drops. So the white, this one here is the Bohemian Teal and Yellow Brick Road, and then for the red I used the Red Berry, and that's just the crystal drop. Stamped and coloured 5 of the donuts. I'll show you how to make the rosette as well. So this is a 5 by 7 size card, so you want to cut yourself a piece of 10 by 7. And simple scoring to make the gatefold. Along that 10-inch side, you're going to score it 2.5 and 7.5, and then just fold and burnish, and you see there you've got your gatefold. I've then got this white piece to go inside here, and this is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then you get a really nice selection of pattern paper downloads. So I've just taken the donut one here, so I'm going to have 2 for the front, so 1 on each side here. My rosette, I'm using this design here, and I've got 2 more to go inside. Okay, so they're all stuck down. Next you want to take your shutter template, and we want these ones first. I'll talk through all the other pieces in a moment. Okay, and you're going to draw around this. So I've already done this one here, and I've started this one here, so I've just placed it down. I actually cut this one right next to it, so you can butt them right up together, but just sit that one down and then just simply draw around, and you'll go all the way down the sides around there, and then I just put a pencil line through there, but that's actually going to be your score line. Really easy to cut out. You can cut the sides on your trimmer just to make sure you get them nice and straight, and then just add a little bit of shape on the edge there, and then just bring that one up, and again just round off. Rounding off the edges just makes it glide a bit easier, and it will help prevent the ends buckling. If you've got any pencil, just make sure you rub that out. You can see a little bit there, but you kind of want to cut most of that away like so. And then I just like to use my scoreboard. You can just fold down the line if you want, but just to make sure you don't get any cracking, if you're using maybe a white core card, then I always recommend just going over with a scoreboard. And then again, I can just rub that pencil line out, and then I'm just going to fold that one, and just fold it both ways as well. And you just want to do that twice. Okay, just leave all that to one side. Next you want to cut yourself a piece of 3 3/4 by 7, and then I've got this piece of pattern paper to go on the top. This is 3.5 by 6 3/4. So I'm just going to stick that one over the top. Now this one here is going to go in the center. So you can see it all starts to come together now and all the colors match. And then these two are going to be underneath. So next you want to plan where you want your aperture, so where you want your reveal piece to be. And you've got all of these circles, okay, so they will come together like that. Just pop them out, and again with the squares. Now it's up to you. You might want to do a square aperture. You can have it as a diamond if you want. I'm going to use the circles just with the circle donuts and everything. It just, I think, goes quite well. So you can draw around this one, or you can draw around the inside of that one if you want. So it's up to you. I'm just going to place this one down. So I'll take this away just so it's easier to see what I'm working on. So what you want to think about is if you're going to have it towards the top, which is how I did this one here. Okay, so you can see there it's right up to the top. You need to make sure that you've got room for a foam strip to go behind this piece, and then for your shutter pieces to be, and still be hidden like the tops of it with, you know, behind this circle. So I would recommend that you bring your circle down. I've got 5/8 of an inch there that circle is. So there, or, you know, come down a little bit further. I'm actually going to do this one in the middle, just so we've got something a little bit different. So I'm just going to sit that there, make sure I've got an equal amount each side. Let's just see there. So 5/8 and 5/8, that's pretty good there. So I'm just going to draw around this one. Now, if you've got a die machine and you've got a circle similar, then I'd say die cut it, because it's just quick and easy. But we've got the stencils here for those people that don't. So if you might have punches, then that's fine. Otherwise, if you're going to cut it, you just want to punch a hole, stab a hole, just make a hole in the middle, and then just cut kind of 4 sections like so. And then I just like to cut a chunk of that away. And then we can go in and now cut nice and neat. I'm going to take my ring off. As much as I love the big rings, sometimes they do get in the way. So I'm just going to snip up, and then actually I'm thinking it might be easier. Yeah, I'm going to go under for me, whatever is easiest when you're holding your scissors, and then just follow. I'm just cutting away the pencil, so I'm actually cutting to the left hand side. And then just drawing back up again like so. Okay, so now we've got our aperture. You can just see now how that's going to look on here with these 2 pieces behind, because once they pull out, it's going to kind of be like that. Okay, now if you want to create yourself a frame, I'm thinking I'm going to look and pull out this like mustard colour. I think that would be quite nice, or maybe gold actually, to add a little bit of sparkle. So I'm going to get some gold card, and you want to take this one, and I'm going to draw around the inner ring and the outer ring, and then cut that out. Again, if you've got your dies, then you can just get something similar to these sizes. And then this one here is for the belly band. So you can see there where I've drawn around that one for the front. I'm not going to be using that for this card, but if you're wondering what the biggest size is for the belly band there. So you would have just seen me cut the ring out there, and then I've just embossed it using my grid embossing folder. And now I'm just going to stick that one down over the top. So now everything's ready. I just want to lay this over the top here and make sure you've got equal amounts on each side. And I'm just going to lightly draw around that circle. And now I know that that's where I want to stamp my sentiment. But I'm going to take the All You Need Is Love and Donuts, pop that one down and get that stamped. Okay, so that's stamped nicely, so I'm just going to rub that pencil mark out. Next I'm going to take some foam tape and I'm going to pop it behind here. So I'm just going to run a strip along the top and then along the bottom. And I'm just hovering it over the top there. I'm going to start from the bottom, get that nice and lined up, because then your card won't topple or wobble when it's open, if that's perfect. So get that in place and then lay it down. If this is sticking over the edge, you could always trim it, but if you've done it to 7 inches, then it will be fine. Okay, so we've got all that in place. Then we're going to take these ones here. What I like to do is just interlock them there, like so. Slide it underneath. Okay, And then you want to make sure that the score lines run next to each side of this piece here, and you should have a small little gap in the middle, and that will just stop again when the card closes. It will stop it buckling and just, you know, getting a bit worn. Just make sure that hole is in the middle of this circle, and you can see I'm just making sure that I've got the same little white strip there and down here. I'm going to take my quick grab glue and I'm just going to run that all down the side and then close the card. I'm making sure I'm pushing down in this middle bit so nothing shifts. And then again, run my glue down there and then close it. And just leave that now to dry. Don't be tempted to lift it just yet. I'm just going to put my stamping platform over the top there, and we can do the rosette. So this is just one of the downloaded papers. It's the 8 inches width by 1.5, so it will make a 3-inch diameter. You want 2 strips, and then I've scored it every 1/2 inch all the way along. You can see all my score lines there. And then I'm just going to concertina fold. So mountain, valley, mountain, valley, and just do that all the way along. Once you've got your 2 pieces, you just want to take off one little section there. You could just cut them to 7.5 instead of 8, or do this. Okay, so cut them off, and then this one is going to go over this end, and then that one will go over that end. We'll link them together. So I'm going to use my quick grab glue again and just run some on there, and then just sit that one over the top. So it now looks like one long piece. And just squeeze that back together again. You can keep those pieces on that I cut away, but you just have a little bit of extra bulk. You just remove it. It just makes it a little bit more neater. And then again on that end, and then sit that one over the top. Okay, so you should have something like this. And then you just want to just start it off, start bringing them down, and once you kind of get most of it, the rest will just pop into place, and you can see you get your rosette. I've just cut myself, or punched, just got a little 1/2 inch punch here, just 2 circles. It doesn't have to be a circle, you can just roughly cut a shape. You just want something to help hold this in place. So I've got my hot glue gun on here, so I'm just going to pop some glue there, and then just place one of the little discs down. It's just going to help hold everything together. It looks quite pretty on its own, just like that. And then flip it over. Be careful because it will want to still kind of pop open. A little bit more glue there, and then that one. And also that's now giving you more of a surface to stick onto the belly band. And just make sure that all of your sections are kind of equally, you know, spaced there. Okay. And then I've got my strip here, so I'm going to take the card now and we can do the reveal. That should be nice and dry. Now when you open it, all you need is love and donuts. Such a fun style. It's been really nice revisiting this. And then what I would do is just go back over those pieces there, and you'll see that closes really nice. You want a nice smooth motion there. And then this one here is 1 by the length of A4. It was cut, oh, 1 by 10 actually. It was the scrap piece from what I cut the card blank from. So I'm just going to sit that. So I've got equal amounts on each side, and then just wrap it around. You don't need to score this, like so. And just pop some glue on here. Don't do it too tight. Make sure it's going to be, you know, easy for the person to remove. And then I'm just going to add some more hot glue onto the back there. And then I can just sit that one over the top. Just hold that all there for a minute. Okay, once it's all dry, you can carefully slide that off. And then I'm going to have one of the donuts on the front there. So I'm going to stick that in the middle. I think that looks really cute. And then the other donuts I'm going to have around here. So let's have 2 along the top. And then I'll do the 3 around the bottom there. Something like that. I think it's quite nice having them kind of overhanging into this area, especially maybe you've cut it and you're not happy with your cutting. You could, you know, hide it. So I'm going to get all of those stuck down. And there's the finished card. I've actually added some foam pads behind these just so they're a little bit raised, but it doesn't affect the closure or anything. You've got your space on the back to write your message, and that's all going to fit into a 5x7 envelope. If you're going to add the belly band and the dimension like I've added, then I'd pop this into a little 5x7 box envelope. Or if you're hand delivering it, I actually like to use the belly band as my envelope, and I would deliver it like this. So I hope you've enjoyed this shutter card tutorial from me today. Like I said at the start, all of these ones can be found in the magazine and all the measurements are there. But hopefully now this process video of how to use the templates will help with those different sizes there. And if you've enjoyed this Made to Surprise stamp set and you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, head over to YouTube, just type in Made to Surprise and you'll be able to subscribe to the channel there, and there's lots more inspiration. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.